Public hearing to consider conditional use application convene at 6:45. Jeremy?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is an application from Sealos Properties LLC, the applicants, Kyle and Tyler Nichols. They'll be speaking after I will. This is an application to construct two semi-detached dwellings in the CC Central Commercial District at 27 East North Street. So the property is highlighted here in red. Everything in this light pinkish color is in the Central Commercial District. So the Central Commercial District is everything that kind of radiates out from the four corners. It's a mixed use zoning district. The preference for all uses is commercial. That has the first priority, but it also permits second and third floor apartments. It permits office uses, and it also permits residential uses, single family dwellings, semi-detached dwellings, townhouses by conditional use approval from the town council. These parcels were rezoned to CC Central Commercial in 2024, but most of these parcels in this block, actually all the parcels in this block, had been designated to be zoned for Central Commercial since the 2002, comprehensive plan. This lot is a very oddly configured lot. It's at an angle, it's approximately 45 degrees. It's currently vacant. It formerly had a single family dwelling that was previously condemned by the town of Smyrna and was demolished in 2008. Currently vacant. This is an aerial photograph. As you can see, all of the houses, all the lots, neighboring lots on North Lincoln Street on both sides of the street are all residential in nature. On the opposite side, those lots that front on North Main Street are likewise all residential in nature. They're single family dwellings, or they're single family dwellings that have also been converted into numerous apartments. This is a street view of the parcel. And this is what the applicant is proposing. So it's approximately a 1/4 acre lot, and the applicant is proposing to subdivide and put two semi-detached dwellings. Now, semi-detached dwellings is a fancy word for a duplex or a side-by-side twin. So the applicant proposes to subdivide the lot in half and to put two dwelling units directly facing East North Street. Now, conditional uses, the procedures for this, it goes before the Planning Commission for a recommendation. The Planning Commission unanimously voted to recommend to you to approve this application. But I'll go through just briefly, recite the standards in the town code, section 6.14. Conditional use should be approved by the mayor and council after compliance with the applicable section of this code concerning public hearings, and only if it is found that the location is appropriate, not in conflict with the comprehensive plan, and that the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare will not be adversely affected, that necessary safeguards will be provided for the protection of surrounding property, persons, and neighborhood values, and further provided that the additional standards of this article are complied with. Essentially, in layman's terms, what this means is that these residential uses are applicable and should be permitted in certain instances, but not in other instances. Because commercial uses take preference in the CC Central Commercial Zoning District. For instance, you may know there's a vacant lot right next to the Pharmacist Society on North Main Street. That would likely be most appropriate to have a commercial building or an office building or a mixed use building in that particular location. Okay, but on this particular section of the street on East North Street, Lincoln Street, it's residential in character, and this would be fitting in with the neighboring properties. So staff recommends approval, as has the Planning Commission. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have, and I'll turn it over to the applicant.
Will the driveways end up on the sidewalk like we have on Main Street now, and having to remind the people that live there that that's not acceptable?
So in terms of having a car parked that blocks the sidewalk. So the reason that occurred was, and we've changed that section of the code, was that we now require that garages be set back from the front of the house a minimum of 12 feet so that to allow adequate space for somebody to park their vehicle that would not block the sidewalk. That section of the code, when that building was built in 2020, that section was not in the code. We've since amended that so that situations like that would not occur. What you are approving, I'll just lastly, what you're approving or will be approving is the use of the property as a semi-detached, two semi-detached dwellings. The subdivision of the parcel into two parcels and the building permit for the semi-detached dwellings, that's done administratively with staff. Including to ensure that they meet the adequate and minimum and required setbacks and bulk standards, lot coverage, off-street parking and all 9 yards.
Are there any other questions?
No.
Presentation.
I was looking at that.
This is the sidewalk there.
Mhm.
So there's that.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Good
I
evening.
appreciate that. My name is Tyler Nichols. This is my brother Kyle Nichols. We own Halo Properties and T&D Developing. We are based out of Milford, Delaware, so we're semi-local, but still here in Kent County. And we build approximately about 15 houses a year. So we're very small. We try to do really quality, high-end homes that people really can enjoy. We build, go to this next one here. This actual lot that we bought at a munition sale. So it was someone that wasn't paying their taxes, was back due, was kind of a nuisance. So we purchased it out of a munition sale. And just like every other investor, we looked at kind of like what the highest and best use of this is. And our first thought was commercial because it's zone commercial and, you know, you can get your best bang for your buck there. But once we drove the neighborhood, we looked at everything, looked at all the surrounding properties, we felt like it would kind of be out of place on that street. So we really wanted to go residential. And we met on Wednesday and they was unanimously approved for residential. And we think that was kind of a good decision just because it fits the character of the neighborhood. And kind of one of the big things that we were looking at is the width of the lot was going to be approved for a duplex. So then our next kind of course of action was let's just put a duplex on there and we'll rent it. And I really like home ownership. We're big proponents of it. I'm a real estate agent. So I'm always trying to push people into getting into home ownership. And so by owning a duplex on this lot, we obviously have to rent it. So what we're coming to you this evening is to propose that we can subdivide it and that will allow us to sell it to two homeowners that will be homeowners and take good care of the property, hopefully. On the lot or on that street on Franklin Street, if we go, I'll kind of go back, but if we look on Franklin Street here, or North Lincoln here, those houses are about 20 feet wide. They're between 20 to 30 feet wide. If you kind of see right there on North Lincoln. And if we go back to our survey here, the smallest width that we're going is 33 feet. So we feel like it conforms to the neighborhood. It's going to be a good quality home. Our engineer actually kind of drew this, or when we apply for the building permit, we're actually going to push the houses back just a little bit because we felt like it's a little too close to the street there, North Street. So we are going to slide that back just a little bit, give the driveways a little bit longer, but we'll do nice paved driveways, and I think it'll be good homes for people. That's kind of our presentation. Is any questions that we might be able to answer?
No, thank you for.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
This concludes the public hearing.